out there for World as well. Yesufu was the star in the first half. Ribe and Sar round out the 5 for the World. Lozier back to Yesufu, pump, looking to drive, sidestep, patient, jumper is jar.
Boy, he just looks so confident right now. And even with that shot fake, still keeping the rhythm. It's a really heads-up play to shot fake, get Boozer in the air, and then drill it.
Ament leaves it for Boozer. Working on Ribe, likes the matchup. Cross, drive, muscle, bucket.
How about that little left offhand right there? Not enough to be an offensive foul, but certainly enough to affect Ribe's ability to block that shot.
Yesufu leave it for Sar, who had a couple of really sparkling moments in that first half himself. The Italian looking to dance. Go against the World on a loose ball as Boozer was held down, and it's going to be Ribe. Yesufu, the other thing is you just look at the body type and the explosiveness and you just assume, hey, he gets all his points in the paint. A lot of what he's done today has been in the mid-range. Another foul going against the World on back-to-back plays, this time Sar.
But watching the way that Dame Sar on the other end handles the ball, you don't see many European players with the shake like that.
Yeah.
That looks a lot more like guys that grow up in the United States.
Dibonsa, count it. Remember, you can knock it off the rim in FIBA rules, so you saw Markovic try to do exactly that.
You will not see any of the U.S. players
right
because we are so programmed here. It's honestly, it would be fun to watch the NBA guys fly in there and do that. They would be excellent at it, but you've been taught from such a young age, don't touch the ball on the rim.
We saw it during the Olympics, and the United States team actually did a really good job of adjusting, and Bam Adebayo is one of the best at it, along with Anthony Davis, guys who have played in the Olympics in the past and maybe reprogrammed their brains.
Athletically, they should be the best at it because they're the best athletes. It's just about getting that mindset to go do it.
Ribe trying to enter, and a whistle and a foul. Look at the Olympics, several Olympic experiences. As Yesufu is going to sit for the World, and Taj Ariz is going to check in much earlier than he did in the first half. Lozier bounce it inside for Ribe. 7 to shoot. Ribe is fouled by Boozer. So Ribe to the free throw line. As mentioned, the 4th-ranked center in the class. He mentioned Dirk Nowitzki as being his biggest influence, understandably so, being from Germany, growing up during Dirk's prime years. And this is what Dan Hurley said about him. There's a seriousness about him that we love. Can't wait to get here and put the work in. I think he's going to be a cheat code on offense. He also had a little bit more of a colorful quote about him as well, but that one was more for air. And the cheat code thing in particular, we've seen how Hurley has developed bigs in his short time even at UConn.
Well, I think also with the way that Danny Hurley can scheme up and some of the 5-out offense, with the way he handles and the skill set he's got, you think that he keeps developing that jumper. I can see why Danny Hurley is really excited about getting him on campus.
Boozer, a chance for 3, just puts the head down and spins one home.
But that's the side of the floor where Ribe...
5-point game, just 2.5 minutes in to the second half. Still waiting for Dibonsa to go back in a takeover mode as well, but Boozer had 10 rebounds in the first half alone and continues to do work in the paint.
As athletic as USA is, the press going to be interested to see how Team World handles it.
Sar dump it inside. Ribe lost it, scooped up, get it up ahead. Acuff, attack, lob, knock away. Nice play. Second chance. Acuff, 3-ball. Yes, sir.
Darius Acuff has been quiet, but he can really score that thing. He relocates and gets into the passer's vision there. Done off that loose ball.
Ariza's response, not there. Boozer clears. Get it up ahead for Acuff. 1-on-1 with Ariza. Hangs and hits. Tough finish. Ties the game at 56.
Just the effort from Team USA right here has risen to a different level.
Lozier, hook it. Markovic, lob it inside for Ribe.
That's where Markovic can be very effective. At 6'11", he can handle, he can short roll. 2 on the basketball. Really well done and well executed for the jam.
Boozer's 3, short. Long rebound, Dibonsa tracks it down. Second chance for the United States. Dibonsa draws the contact, and he'll get 2 free throws.
To be a part of it. I'm happy that I can be a part of the iconic golden age of shorts to the
I'm pretty sure that you were just trying to hide your pasty legs. I think that's what
true.
you were trying to do.
But D-Rose there.
Yours were longer. Yours
well,
were
yeah,
baggier.
we were doing it big at Purdue back
the
then.
The St. Bonaventure one is
that's
the
gold. That's the gold standard right there.
Yes, it is. Those were pants.
Yes.
Sarr, hook it. Alozie looking to get it inside. They get to put Ribe on the bench with 4 personal fouls. So Mirkovic is going to be playing the 5 right now against Sanak. Yesufu's back on the floor for the World as well. So Yesufu, Alozie, Ariza. And now a change with Meyer coming in. You look at Ribe on the bench. Meyer is going to replace Alozie. So Meyer, Ariza, Yesufu. Mirkovic and Sarr are the 5 for the World. Acuff stays out there with Cam Boozer, Sanak in this 2 big lineup. Ibanza and Michael Brown.
I liked what Mirkovic did in that first half, just finding open areas and finding places where he can score it.
4 to shoot. Ariza drive. Oh, beautiful finish. He got a little magical underneath.
Taj Ariza is a player.
And then gets it done with a block, but a foul is called. He had the crazy swat at the end of the first half and nearly his second one here.
Foul line.
5-star recruit heading to Louisville. Began high school at Orlando Christian Prep in Orlando before overtime elite as a non-pro, and then finishing DME Academy in Daytona Beach, won the McDonald's All-American 3-point contest, gold medal with Team USA in the U18 AmeriCup. Somebody who's got a massively high ceiling, and Louisville fans excited for what he can bring to a team that certainly took a major step in the right direction this past season.
I like how all these players are trying to convince Nate Amen to come to their schools, and certainly Michael Brown trying to do that for Louisville, and the Duke guys trying to do that for Duke. But Brown with his growth spurt, you know, he could really shoot, and he certainly had bursts, but now that he's grown to the size of 6'2", that kind of changes his outlook.
Here's Brown working on Zhang. Throws it up and in. Count it on the foul.
Wait, let him know about it too. Michael Brown, though, showing off that burst and the shiftiness. That handle, he was quiet in the first half, but
plenty of the United States side took note of that.
No question.
We'll see if Zhang has his get back. 3-point U.S. lead. Approaching the midway point of the third. Sarr stops, looking to get inside, and the foul's going to be called on Sanak as Mirkovic took a shot to the face. Dibonsa to the rim. He's fouled.
A.J. Dibonsa, if you're there and he's in transition, you better get ready to go for the ride, because he's just going to take you with him. How about this play from Cam Boozer? First the defense, then the handle. And for Meyer, it's just like you're just going right there with him. You're at his mercy.
So Dibonsa back to the free throw line. He had those 10 first quarter points, only 5 since, including that free throw. So he's now 6 for 6 at the charity stripe.
In a game like this, you're just amazed at how far strength and conditioning has come for high school athletes, because these guys don't look like they're in high school.
What did you look like at their age?
I was 6'8", 185 pounds. I was so thin.
And how many of those pounds were shorts?
Yeah, I mean, great question. But I had never lifted weights, you know, like that's the thing. And now it's a part of it.
Yesufu out of control and a turnover. USA has taken control in this third quarter.
Team USA's defense and their effort has been so much better in this second half.
Now McKenny's going to check back in for the U.S. And at what point does Sean Abayev get another opportunity? He came in the game and just lit up with back-to-back threes, including a 4-point play in the first half.
That's what he does. I mean, he is a microwave-like scorer.
Boozer bounce it. Dibonsa facing against Yesufu. They have been going at each other all night, and Dibonsa wins this battle. A chance for 3.
Yesufu got him on the way up, but that's a pro move. I mean, that's just Dibonsa sizing you up, get the jab series going, a little shot fake, and hyperbole.
He had 21 points at this Hoop Summit last year, representing Congo and Jamaica. He's got 19 points here.
Tough break for Team World to lose him.
Yeah. And then pokes it away from Ariza. Brown with Ariza trying to recover defensively. He'll pull. Short. Mirkovic looking up the floor.
What a pass.
Hook it, lob it. Ariza is blocked, but a foul. That was dangerous. Ariza appears to be okay. He had his feet taken out from under him. The team whirled on the topple over from, I don't think it was Ariza necessarily.
No, I think it was.
Must have been on the pass.
Yeah, I believe so.
Take another look at it. So, but again, this isn't your typical all-star game.
No, it's not.
Bogey Markovic will check back in. So Markovic and Mirkovic on the floor. I appreciate Marshall Cho for putting us through that. Boozer extends it to 9.
The good news is that you have to say it first, and then I can just kind of like book it.
Oh yeah, it just make you sound real smart.
Yeah, like as you
Such a
maybe
good
make
teammate.
we'll see if you make mistakes, but then I can clean this up here.
Oh, I'm going to be locked in after you just said that. Cam Boozer now with a double-double. He had 10 rebounds in the first half alone. Meyer out there. Screen from Markovic. Looking for him. Taken away again. Hamenya up ahead. Brown attacking. And a foul. Lozier was there defensively. Brown took a spill and is helped up as he makes his way to the charity stripe.
How good has Cam Boozer been with his pick and roll defense here in this second half? I mean, he has certainly been disruptive with those active hands. He's
forget as you're watching them go up and down that these are 17 and 18-year-olds. It's almost hard to believe given the way they played, and a 13-0 run for Team USA. Looking to take a 12-point lead here.
Well, no, we talked about the strength and conditioning aspect, but it's also the skill level. The way that these guys play now and train, and just the way that everything is, that they make shots that my high school coach would be like, just come over here and sit.
Very much is reminiscent for last year's game, which was pretty close all the way through until the fourth quarter, in which the U.S. outscored the world 30-15. And in the second half overall, 56-35. This one right now, 28-7 in this third quarter. Saar back on the floor, guarded by Caden Boozer. Lost him momentarily with 5 on the clock. Shake, bake, drive, float, and he banks it home.
Saar really has ability here. And that's that shake I talked about in the first half. You don't always see that from guys that grow up playing overseas. He certainly has that handle there, and he likes to get his game on.
Now he's on an island with DiBonsa, not where you want to find yourself.
His game on too.
McKinney doesn't get the 3, and then the rebound going the other way, and the knockout from Hamenya.
Got to try to lock in here to dominate opportunities at the EuroLeague level. That is high-level basketball.
Ariza, back it out. Dancing, knock away, Boozer.
Ariza definitely likes to kind of shake and bake with you too. He's looking to get his game on and try to get you off balance.
And for the first time in this third quarter, Kyan Anthony is going to check in for Taj Ariza. So Anthony out there along with Markovic, Mirkovic, Saar, and Lozier. And Anthony's pass batted. Lozier, 10 to shoot. Screen, Markovic, Lozier stripped. Boozer so active defensively. Caden has come in and just provided a defensive spark.
That's what he does. And honestly, both of the Boozers have been outstanding in this third quarter defensively.
Cam Boozer rattles home the triple.
How do you guard Boozer? You switch it, he takes you inside. If you're in the drop, he picks and pops. And I don't know what you do with him.
He's also the loudest guy on the floor right now. He's been so vocal.
No question.
Saar, hook it. Mirkovic in and out. Markovic couldn't get it. Lozier does. Couldn't finish. And the rebound finally scooped up. Nope. Markovic.
What a pass.
From his backside. And a reload. Anthony. Markovic, 5 to shoot. And a foul to bail him out on McKinney.
Well, this is more of what we expected from this celebrations in the first half.
We need more. We need more.
They get him back in the game so he can light a spark.
Spark some
Team World
energy.
needs it.
Anthony with 8 to shoot. DiBonsa all over him. 3 ball, bottom.
Markovic has a lot of ability. Certainly at 6'11", that skill set. Played a little bit for the Serbian national team.
And they will count the bucket and the foul. McKinney, a bulldozer.
That's what Michigan fans have to look forward to. I'm sure Dame Sara's like, well.
Change with Jalen Harrelson checking in for McKinney after the free throw. It's a 13-point Team USA lead. There's been 5 lead changes, 7 ties, and both teams have led by at least a dozen. Anthony gets a screen from Markovic. 10 to shoot. Cayenne, leave it. Mirkovic, 7 to shoot. Outside, looking for Markovic, taken away, and it's showtime for DiBonsa. AJ, big time finish.
It looked so easy for AJ DiBonsa. Like, just in terms of the way he even got back in that play. So much skill, so much athleticism.
Markovic, another 3. 2-for-1 opportunity taken by the World with just a 18-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Boozer, shimmy shake. Boozer aggressive, missed it. Got his own rebound. In traffic, couple of pumps, missed it again. He's gonna stick with the play. And perfect defense from Team World.
Team World hung in there. Quite the move from Boozer, but couldn't get the finish to go.
Anthony's triple, too strong. And Amenya claims the board. 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter that's been dominated by Team USA. 6 seconds left. DiBonsa's gonna be the man to do it. DiBonsa, step back at the horn, and he's fouled. He played what former Blazer Rasheed Wallace would say.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie.
Yes, I believe so. That was said a few times in this building.
Yes, it was. But DiBonsa's matched his total from last year's game, and now he's surpassed it with 22 points. 1.4 seconds left. And there's no way Alozier was going to get a shot off, so that's how the third. Sar, Alozier, Markovic, and Rye playing with 4 personal fouls. That could have been a kick ball. Instead, Markovic is open. Can't hit the 3. Rebound swipe down, and that's a new USA Hoop Summit record. 15 rebounds for Cam Boozer, breaking Bol Bol's 14 from 2018. Now he spins in the paint. Spray it out. His former Duke teammate Amenya can't hit the 3. The leak out. And Abayev says, I'll take that for 2.
A bit of a flat tire there. I thought Abayev was going to hammer that. So much of that third quarter was the U.S. team getting out in transition and taking advantage, and there, Team World able to find that.
Acuff's going to get 2 free throws as he was hit on the way up. It'll be Alozier.
The World has fouled jump shooters way too often in this game. Those mid-range jumpers, it's not that Darius Acuff can't make them, because he can. He's a really talented player, #1 point guard in the class. But you got to make him just make a shot there. You can't bail him out and put him at the foul line.
So Cam Boozer's going to sit as Sanak comes back in, was on the bench with some foul trouble. Take a look at the list that he now joins. Second free throw did go down to make it a 13-point game. Oh, what a spin inside for Alozier, and he's going to get 2. So Malachi Marino, who hasn't played a ton, going to get some run here with 9:05 to play.
Marino had just a monster senior season. Great crossing high school in Kentucky, averaged 21 and 14, had 37 double-doubles in 39 games. Winning the state championship for the first time in high school's history, so quite the year for them.
#3 center in the country. 7'1" wingspan. Georgetown, Kentucky is less than 20 miles away from the University of Kentucky, where he'll be playing next year.
And the thing is, too, in a game like this, there's so much talent on both teams, really, but especially on the U.S. Like, Jalen Harrelson is a big-time player, but you just don't get that much opportunity because Cam Boozer is getting his and DiBonsa's getting his. And it's certainly, we're going to see a lot of guys that play in this game that are big-time players in college in the next couple years.
Acuff with a tip. Now Sar right down the lane. Had it. I'm not sure, was it blocked or was it just an alter? Yes. Either way, impressive defense. Now a 5-on-4, and DiBonsa makes the defense pay. That was sweet.
That is NBA. That's what that is. You don't see dudes in college making moves like that.
He is so highly touted on his way to BYU. He said playing for Kevin Young and what he's done for development, having coached one of his favorite players in Kevin Durant, a big factor in his decision to go. BYU is building something big time. Talk about big time scoring ability. Abayev with another bucket.
Well, and NIL is definitely, we would be naive to say it's not a factor there. But the NBA aspect of everyone from the head coach to the trainer.
He's got blocked by the rim. Numbers if they hurry. Lob it up. Knocked away. Ribe got a hand on it. Abayev. Is this one going up? Sure.
We knew that answer. If you watched him play before, you knew that was going up.
Acuff at the controls. Yesufu and Meyer will check in next dead ball for the world. Boozer and Johnson for the U.S. Hook it. Hamenya. Weak side rebound pulled in by Markovic. Markovic put it on the deck. Bounce it. Alozier. Attack and he's fouled.
A.J. DiBonsa, there's just not many guys his age that are making plays like this. Get to that.
It's using his length to his advantage. Melo, who is just such an assassin in the mid-range, especially using his physicality.
Well, Ace Bailey is an interesting kind of comparison for DiBonsa in the sense of the tough shot-making gene.
And certainly the body type to a certain degree.
They're similar body types, but different players. But I do think that when you're looking at the way that Bailey was able to make some shots, I saw him in Indiana where he goes for 39. It's like, oh my God. Oh, you were there too.
Yeah.
We were both there.
I was waiting for you to say, wait a second, we did that game together.
You know, when you do 84 games, they start to run together.
Who's counting, dude? Get it up. Oh, watch your head. Markovic, leaving is Markovic.
A foul too. Team World has found some opportunities in the open floor here in this fourth quarter.
Johnson open, 3-ball, way too strong. Marino saved it. Markovic claims it. Looking to run with numbers. Alozier, lob it. Yesufu a little too high. Markovic does have it on the regain. Skip it. Alozier, pump, step back, 3-ball, short. Couple of chances there, but the World couldn't get it back to single digits. 6 minutes to play. Still plenty of time for the World to make a run, as we've seen they're more than capable of doing.
Both teams are shooting like 0% on transition lobs, so
yeah,
we haven't seen those complete.
That hasn't been a high quality look so far in this one.
Markovic just running the floor, and a really good point guard for John Calipari. Just brings so much to the table.
Just fits what he's recruited in the past.
It's the power to get downhill, but also some of the shot making, and just a very complete point guard.
We also just think about what, because I think a lot of people at this point would say, oh, well, Acuff 6'2", maybe a little undersized, and Meyer can't get the bounce. But think about what he's done with some undersized guards like Tyrese Maxey, Emmanuel Quickly. He's had elite, I mean, then you go incredibly undersized Tyler Ulis and what he meant at Kentucky. He's had that prototype in the past, and he's had great success.
Well, it's like Bruce Pearl as well. Like he's had small point guards and thrived with them.
We saw what Pettiford meant to that team this year. Transition block again, this time Alozier. Reload, Boozer, ball fake, and bams it home.
You watch Cam Boozer in this game, you figure out pretty quickly why he's won as much as he has in his high school career.
Winning mentality, winning plays go a long way, and both the Boozer twins have shown that here tonight. Yesufu had the huge first half, been somewhat quiet in the second. The follow from Ribe.
Well, it seemed like 4 U.S. players came over to contest that shot, and there's just nobody left to block out.
Acuff just gets it across. DiBonsa staying on the floor with 24 points. It's a plus 24 in the box score as well. Brown, drive, hook, Acuff, 3-ball. The uncontested board, Alozier.
World going 2-3 zone there. A mix-up on the defense.
Markovic thought about it. Alozier drives, hangs, and he's fouled. Ribe wanted that basketball. Instead, it's going to be free throws with just under 4 to play. But we've had some highlights here in this second half.
And Cam Boozer putting it on the floor and just continues to make.
Another example, the Ivisic twins. We've seen it across college basketball, and the Boozers are ready to take their game to that next level.
Well, it's got to be awesome to get to continue on and play with a brother or a twin, and you know, all those examples. But there's no doubt that Duke is getting winning players when they get the Boozers on campus.
To your point, a lot of times they'll play together in college. A lot of the twins that we showed during that pack certainly did. As the Bonsa turns it over on the travel. Then you have a case like the Champagnes, who go to two different schools. They end up at two different NBA teams and never quite get the opportunity, one by their own accord, and then at the NBA level as well.
I remember hearing with the Morris twins that it was a real challenge for them.
It was, that
when
first year.
When they first started, because they'd never really been away from one another.
Yesufu going with the Ja Morant celebration after that step back three.
You better be careful there.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if you can get fined in this game, but
I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works.
The governing body of this.
Brown open, can't hit the three. This is still very much available for Team World. Just a 9-point game. Yesufu running the floor. Instead, it's going to be Saar going right to the rack. And a timeout called by Team USA. And Marshall Cho is fired up on the. And the defensive pressure is really the big key. Can they continue to force some turnovers and misses on this end of the floor?
The U.S. turned it up in the third quarter, but they've kind of turned it back down here in the fourth. And it's a little bit casual, some turnovers, some open runouts for Team World. And like you said, this game is very much still in the balance.
So foul's going to go against Pitt, and that's going to be number 4. Dibonsa inbound and a takeaway. Leak out. Saar ahead of the pack. Long strides, and he's fouled. And they're going to count the bucket.
Sure that nobody can swipe it off.
And the three-point play makes it a 4-point game. It's a 12-0 run for Team World to get this to 2 possessions.
US has to handle the basketball better. These turnovers have fueled this run.
Amenya leave it for Acuff. This is the guy you want with the basketball in his hands. The screen from Dibonsa. Pick and pop. Dibonsa, ball fake, nearly taken away. Acuff, that's a travel. And they do blow the whistle.
How about Marshall Cho dialing up the press full court to force some turnovers and then going to the 2-3 zone.
Lozier gets rid of it. Yesufu, not shy. Bottom! Big time three!
It looked like the U.S. was on cruise control home, and now this has just been a heck of a run by Team World. And A.J. Dibonsa and certainly Cam Boozer are going to have to be the guys to get this back on track.
Acuff, floater, got it. Big bucket for Acuff.
There's 2 on the ball. The right play probably was to throw it behind you to the pick and pop, but what a heck of a play by Darius Acuff to stop the bleeding.
Another 3 for the tie. Saar's there for the offensive rebound, 10 to shoot. Leave it back for him. Saar will try. It's blocked, and a foul on Dibonsa. 3 free throws coming for Saar. It looked like he made the decision that he needed to be here, showcase his skills on this stage. It looks like they're going to go to the monitor. At least block him. Burns is going to go to the monitor. And I'm assuming to look to see whether or not it's a 2 or a 3, but it was clearly behind the line. Not even close. He mentioned showing off his shooting ability, especially from 3-point range, but at the free throw line as well, as being one of the moments and areas of his game that he's worked to improve and wanted to showcase in this game.
Well, good for him to come over here after what he has certainly sacrificed with his own pro career. Who knows what will happen with Barcelona going forward. But this is a guy that just a couple weeks ago had 13 against Milan in a EuroLeague game. He's got a lot of ability, but for him to come over here and deal with what he's dealt with and now play well, good for him.
3 pressure clutch free throws to tie the game. A couple of weak passes. Can they get it across in time? Acuff just barely does. Dibonsa extra. Boozer corner. 3 ball. He laces it.
That was a no-doubter for Cam Boozer. Because of his pedigree, because of the way that he's won in his career. Good extra pass from Dibonsa, but Cam Boozer was making that.
Yesufu on the attack. Push it off. Amenya tracks down the long board. 1:10 to play. USA clinging to a 3-point lead. Acuff at the controls. Amenya, Yesufu, aggressive defensively. Back to Acuff. Alozier steps up, 4 to shoot. Acuff through the double, had it ripped. Yesufu all alone for the Bills. The swipe and slam gets it to a 1-point game.
That was about as good as you could do it there as a help defender. Yesufu being to the ball and just rips him on the dribble drive.
Just a 21-second difference, shot clock and game clock. 10 to shoot now for Acuff. The world needs one more stop. Boozer just hit a huge three. Does he have another one in him? Knocked out of his hands. It's loose. He put it up from the deck, missed it. Rebound, Yesufu, 20 seconds left with a chance to win the game. Yesufu spins, nearly had it knocked away, puts it up, couldn't bank it home. Rebound, US has it, and a foul. McKinney's gonna go. Just a third-team foul against the world. Pitt, Sarr, Yesufu, and Alozier against Cam Boozer, McKinney, who will inbound, Acuff, Brown, and DeBonsa get it in, and the quick foul given by Yesufu.
Team World was not really matched up. That was like a zone press, and not to the bonus yet, so they're going to have to do it again. But you'd think you'd be in full-out denial here, selling out for a steal.
Kenny this time will inbound in front of his own bench, and they're going to foul one of the winningest players in high school basketball history, Cam Boozer, to send him to the line.
I just think that's two opportunities thrown away where you could potentially get a steal and maybe even an easy look for yourself.
So Marshall Cho deciding instead send him to the line. Boozer this season in his senior year shot 81% at the charity stripe. He's 3 for 3 so far tonight. 101 career double-doubles over 4 high school seasons. Just nails.
Well, this is where it needs to be talked out for the U.S. team. If this goes in, what's the plan?
Team World does have one timeout left, as does the U.S., neither with a foul to give, and the U.S. has the possession arrow. And they'll knock that one away. It's a 2-point game. Timeout called with 5.6 seconds left.
Markovich, I think, thought they called a goaltend and just lost it on the ref.
And let's see. It will be world basketball, but take another look here.
Well, you see this a lot overseas, and, you know, he does hit the rim fairly decently there. He whiffs on the ball, but you can see how.
So Jong is out there for the world, along with Abayev, Alozier, Yesufu, and the inbounder is Sarr. So we're going to get a 3-point shooting lineup on the court. Brown stays out there defensively for the U.S. Cam Boozer, McKinney, Acuff, and DeBonsa. DeBonsa's face guarding. He's trying to get in the huddle, in the Team World huddle. He wants to win this game.
The funny thing is that there's an official at the monitor, so like the ball is not even close to be. Those guys are.
5.6 seconds. Team World with a chance to send it to OT or win it in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, there was a question about whether a timeout was called there. This is a very chaotic ending.
There's 5.6 seconds left. It's Yesufu. 4 seconds left. Yesufu weaving his way through to the rim. He scores! Ties it with .6. Inbound DeBonsa for the win, and it's short. We will go to overtime. 30-17 in the fourth quarter. And there's some confusion now as to whether or not it's a jump or USA basketball. And it's a jump.
I think it's going to change.
I think you're correct. Maybe not.
Well, no, there's
it's a lot of firsts.
I think it will change because Sean Ford he's going to make a change.
You can see him up on his feet and really pleading his case. And yep, finally. Maybe? No? Yes? No? Maybe so? Who has the answer? You don't have the answer, and you'll get it in for Acuff. Guarded closely by Saar, who played a pivotal role in that comeback towards the end of the fourth. Acuff off the screen, lob it inside. Oh! Big finish for Boozer!
That's a heck of a way to beat the 2-3 zone right there. Just screen the top with the ball screen, get downhill, and throw it up for Boozer to go get it.
Alozier, lob it, Yesufu. Physical, too strong, rebound, scooped up, Acuff. Oh, Yesufu with a hustle, knocks it out of bounds.
They're going to like Yesufu a lot in Waco next year. Bonsa was a lock for MVP, assuming the U.S. wins, but Cam Boozer has made quite the case himself.
And Acuff has come alive in the second half as he knocks down that triple. So 5 quick points from the U.S. to start overtime. Saar, stop on a dime. Yesufu rejects the screen, puts the head down, keeps the head up. Swing it, Ribe, bumped, no whistle, spins, fades, short. Perfect defense by Boozer. Now it's Bonsa. Pulls. Just a little bit off. Bonsa with 24 points. World led by Yesufu with his 21. 17 from Saar, 11 from Ribe, and 11 from Markovic, 11 from Abayev. Markovic, bounce it. Yesufu, back down. Too physical for 2.
Well, it's not like Trey McKinney isn't a physical defender in himself. I thought the last possession, McKinney won the battle, but here you go right back to it. Yesufu is just going to keep coming at you. There's that 2-3 zone. If I'm the U.S., I'm getting right back to that ball screen, letting Darius Acuff get downhill.
Acuff dancing. Swing, ball fake, Brown, short.
The U.S. was just a little bit late to get into any type of offense on that possession.
Saar will load up the 3. Ribe, right position, just couldn't squeeze it. Bonsa didn't see Acuff streaking down the floor. 2.5 to play in overtime. McKinney for 3.
Trey McKinney has had a really nice game. For a guy that was added to this thing late, he has played a big part in what Team USA has done.
Replaced Koa Pete, Arizona commit. On the steal, Acuff all alone. And a timeout call by Marshall Cho with 2:12 to play here in OT.
Well, Trey McKinney, a late addition, but 5 of 7 from the field, has
rebounds in this game.
They watch. That's one of the great animated Disney films of the 90s.
It is, and it's not the mockumentary that the show Atlanta did either. It's a real documentary.
I look forward to this. Powerline is a beast.
Agreed. Agreed. And I'm with you. It would probably rank in the top 3.
Yeah, I'd love it.
You're putting it top 1?
No, top 3 is good. I can go with that.
Approaching 2 minutes to play in overtime.
Didn't think we'd be talking about that with 2 to go.
Now, listen, I didn't think it would be 2 to go in overtime. So here we are in what has been a really fun game. And then Yesufu gets ripped. McKinney has been a difference maker here in OT.
Just so versatile. Defensively, he's going to give you a lot of options in the way he can guard, and the way he scores it too. Good player.
3 ball and a foul. Another jump shooter is fouled, and Brown looks like he's a little slow to get up right in front of Carmelo. No problem. Head to the free throw line. He'll shoot 3. Push this into double digits with 1:46 left. The U.S. now 26 of 32 at the free throw line. World 23 of 30. Brown has played 22 minutes, now up to 8 points despite shooting 1 for 9 from the floor. He's 0 for 7 from 3. Two out of 3, 10-point game. Myers back in there. At the Screen from Markovic. Meyer surveys, shovel, Alozier, bounce it. Oh, give and go, Alozier, and a bump is going to be called on the pass. 2 free throws incoming for McKenna Alozier.
We've heard how.
Back to 9. Alozier, MVP of the Basketball Without Borders Global Camp at All-Star Weekend this year. 7.6.5 assists, a little bit of everything, but he misses the second. Keeps this at 9. Approaching 1:20 to play in overtime. Pressure back ramped up, and McKinney buries the defense.
Trey McKinney's been awesome tonight on both ends.
Wolverines fans have a good one to look forward to as Markovic banks one home.
I'm excited to have a two-way player that's a shot maker, 3-and-D type guy that can bring a real.
Michigan Gatorade Player of the Year, and more free throws now for Brown.
How cool for him, Noah, to get to go to the same school that his grandparents went to.
Yep.
Grew up a fan of Michigan, and for him to have this type of career, finish it with a McDonald's All-American game, play here in the Nike Hoop Summit, now go to Michigan where his family has certainly been there and been fans of. Pretty cool story.
Skip it.
Meyer can pass.
Markovic.
Jeez.
He has been impressive from 3-point territory here tonight. And a whistle and a foul, so they're just going to play the foul game with 52.4 seconds left. On the money. And Brown is just padding his stats at this point. Now up to 12 points, with the majority coming at the free throw line. He's 10 of 11 at the charity stripe.
He's 1 of 9 from the field and 0 for 7 from 3. But had practiced so well.
Yeah.
All the reports over the last 3 and 4 days have been how good Michael Brown has played.
Jong and Ariza check back in for the World as Meyer will sit and Mirkovic will sit. We've got a foul on the catch. Yesufu is going to get 2 free throws.
Didn't want to do that.
Stops the clock with 51.6 seconds remaining in this overtime session. An overtime session in which Team USA has scored 19 points.
The fourth quarter was just a little bit of a change up there. The third quarter, an explosion. Overtime, an explosion. Not so much in the fourth.
Well, USA had 17 points in the total fourth quarter, and they've got 19 here in overtime. Yesufu, what a game. 24 points, pacing the way on both ends of the floor, aggressive defensively, hands in passing lanes, stripping ball handlers. Get up ahead for Brown, and the foul's given by Ariza.
He was not giving that up.
No,
I don't blame him one bit.
He's building real estate right now at the line. Not changed with each trip. Shooting practice. So it looks, barring another crazy miracle, that the United States will win their 5th consecutive Nike Hoop Summit. Team World with a really valiant effort. Kyan Anthony and company, and a nice job again.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Knocking that off. Markovic. Jong, leave it. Ariza, 40 seconds left. Had it ripped. Brown, more free throws.
You know, it's interesting. When I Hunyans, who was like this national team level player, but he was at the end of his career, so he was playing on the team I was on. He told me, do not do that to me ever again. I'm like, okay, Ori, I won't. But everybody else I was doing.
Ariza with the crank. 30.9 seconds left. Throw it into no man's land.
That's what got the U.S. in trouble in the fourth quarter.
Markovic pump, patient. Alozier, Hank. Oh, he was looking for a body, and Ariza hits the 3. What a sequence. They're going to call that a 2. And another foul. Guess who?
This is a vet play by Michael Brown. Get your numbers right here.
This was cruel intentions at the rim.
This would have been.
It's actually shocking how many NBA players can't palm a basketball.
Yeah.
Because you would think that the majority should. It's really less than 50% of the league.
No, it's not as many as you think. You know, it's not like everybody's Michael Jordan where they're waving that thing around and doing whatever they want with it. It's really hard to complete a play like that if you can't palm it.
That stat line is unbelievable from Michael Brown Jr. Ariza another three. Weak side rebound and 11.8 seconds left. It'll be someone else finally going to the free throw line with McKinney. He can put this game on ice. Really great effort from Team World, but they're going to come up just a little bit short here in Portland. Great stat line for that man. Cam Boozer, 22 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals in 37 minutes of action. 37 minutes. DeBonsa played 35.
You don't see those types of numbers in a normal All-Star game where they try to kind of mix it up. But this isn't a normal All-Star game.
Correct.
So.
He's all in.
And when no one's on the line, you just have free reign to go in there.
Alozier all the way. We'll see if the World backs off. They will not.
Oh my goodness.
Ariza gives the foul and a chance for 2 more for McKinney as Ariza just fouled out with his 5th personal. Got a good feeling that we'll see that young man back here in a year.
No doubt.
One of the top 5 recruits in the class of 2026 for a reason. We saw a couple of really impressive plays from him here tonight.
And all of them are in Southern Cal.
Iron sharpens iron.
No doubt. A lot of talent there in that class.
One more free throw for McKinney. All window dressing at this point. Markovich, at this point, it's also just a deterrent for the actual shooter. Yesufu off the heel, and that'll do it. Incredible comeback effort from Team World, but they